Good morning, everyone. I know it's quite early, but I've actually got quite a busy schedule today, and this is the time I had. So back in October, October 1st, a friend of mine, Missy, started what she called a Health Detective Challenge. So in this challenge, she just had us who wanted to participate choose an aspect of our health to really focus on for 90 days. And it could be anything that we wanted to focus on. And I remember talking with my husband, Eric, before the challenge started, and I was saying that I felt I needed or I should join the challenge, but I wasn't sure what aspect of my health I needed to focus on because I felt fine. And he's like, why don't you do your hormones? I'm like, well, I've been doing my hormones, but they're still not exactly where I want them to be. So, okay. So I joined the challenge and I've been focusing on my hormone health for the past 90 days, or focusing more on my hormone health because, guys, I know my hormones were out of whack for at least 10, 12 years now. This is nothing new, and it's something I've been working on, but for these past 3 months, it's something I've focused on to the point where I've been doing not just the same old things, but I've been adding in new things to see what might help. All right, so what have I been doing and what have I been focusing on? Well, one of the first things I did was I decided to start cutting the plastic out of my life, especially food containers, because plastics give off something called a xenoestrogen. So it's a compound that kind of looks like estrogen in your body. It acts like estrogen, but your body can't break it down because it's not a true estrogen. Sorry, it's early. And so it just kind of lingers. It stays in there. And your body has a lot of trouble getting rid of it. So that is something that I knew about previously, but I'd never done anything about. Well, I decided for these 90 days, what I was going to do is start cutting the plastic out of my life. So I've gotten rid of the plastic Tupperware containers, and I've replaced it with glass and stainless steel. Thank you, Sam's. A while back, I'd asked if anybody knew of a good replacement for Ziploc bags because I was still using a lot of Ziploc bags. Well, a friend of mine pointed out that on Amazon, they have silicone reusable baggies. So I've got those set to go out on my next Amazon order. So I will be switching over to the reusable bags here very soon. That's where I am on the plastic. And have I noticed anything by changing out the plastic by itself? Probably not, because I've been doing other things in conjunction. But that is something I have been focusing on. All right. And then shortly after our challenge started, my friend Missy again did a class focusing on hormone health. And I learned something there that I hadn't learned before. And that was if you either don't dream at all or have trouble dreaming, this can be a sign that your pineal gland, which, sorry, I'm hunting for words, controls your circadian rhythm, so your wake and sleep cycle, needs some support. And so I have almost never dreamed, or if I do dream, I don't remember them. I sleep, or at least I slept very, very hard and almost never dreamed. So it was very rare for me to remember any kind of dreaming. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is another aspect of my hormone health that I can focus on. And what I've been doing for that is I've been using this oil called cedarwood. And if you caught the Bible study I had done earlier in the year, I talk a little bit about cedarwood and how great it is for our brain health. So I started out using 1 drop of cedarwood. I quickly increased it to 2 drops, and I still wasn't really noticing anything. Now this has been like a lifelong thing. So I did increase the cedarwood to 3 drops. I did that for a little while, and then I thought about it, and what I decided to do was back off the cedarwood back to 2 drops and add in frankincense. So I now use both 2 drops of cedarwood and 1 drop of frankincense every night right before I go to bed. And I have noticed since I've started doing that, I still don't remember my dreams, but I'm not sleeping as hard as I was before. And I'm not sure what that means, but I wouldn't call myself a light sleeper by any means, but I noticed that I'm coming up and down in my sleep cycle more instead of staying down and hard under like I was before. Not quite sure what that means, but I'll continue using the cedarwood and frankincense and see what happens and adjust it as needed. Now, okay, so the other oil that I have been using for my hormone health, or new oil that I've been using for my hormone health, is this oil called myrtle. Again, this is one we talked about in Bible study, but I started out just using 1 drop of myrtle over my thyroid every morning. And I did that for about the first 2 months. And then the little bottle of myrtle that I had from my Oils of Ancient Scripture kit ran out, and I had to get this new bigger bottle. Well, when the bigger bottle came in, I decided to up my myrtle usage from 1 drop to 2. And I have noticed a difference. Okay, this is a little uncomfortable, and but I'm going to tell you anyway because this is an aspect of our health that I think we don't like to talk about, especially as women. So, right, okay. I have struggled for a very long time with a lack of desire. We'll just leave it at that. And I have known about it, and I know that that can be linked to low progesterone levels. So I have been focusing on my progesterone health for a long time, and that has helped tremendously. But things still weren't exactly where I wanted them to be. So it's only here at the end of these 90 days that I have noticed a very large improvement in that area. So, yeah. Now what has changed in these last few weeks is I have increased my myrtle usage from 1 drop to 2 every day. And my husband has started using a blend for himself called Shutran. And that is a blend that is for hormonal balance for men. And I am not sure if it's just the myrtle or if it's the combination. I cannot say, but I will let you know that we will be continuing to use both from now on. And that has been a true blessing to us and to our marriage. So, anyway, the whole point of these last 90 days was to really zero in on one aspect of my health and focus in on it and see what I could do to improve it, because I don't want to feel just okay all the time. I want to be vibrantly healthy. I want to be able to run and chase after my kids. I want to be alert and awake and enjoy the journey that I'm on. So that's what these past 90 days have been about. If a health detective challenge sounds good to you, if you want to focus and zero in on some aspect of your health for the next 90 days, I would love to help you do that. Because unless you feel absolutely vibrantly healthy and alive, there is some aspect of your health that you can work on. So, and if you do feel absolutely vibrantly alive, please tell me how you got there, because I want to know. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's really early, and I will be back later. All right. Have a great day. Happy New Year's. Love you guys. Bye.